who influenced you to be in this position that you are in right now, who makes an impact?
Okay. For me, as an immigrant, as a refugee from Vietnam coming to the United States, I feel like in a way landing in America was like winning the lottery. We could have landed at a lot of different places. We could have had more trials and tribulations, but my parents moved us into the right places, got the right job, and positioned me for like a place where I can win, to have opportunity. And in doing so and achieving the kind of results I've been able to get as a professional designer, as a motion designer, director, and animator, got me to start thinking, why am I so lucky? Why do I deserve any of this? And the truth is, I don't deserve anything. I earned some things, but it's also some part good fortune, hard work, persistence, guidance, mentorship. But then there's all these people behind me who don't have the same opportunity. So what is my obligation? Service to others is how you pay rent on your time for earth, and the rent is due. That's a Muhammad Ali quote. I hope I got that right. So service to others means a lot to me. And here's the thing. If you just want to be a successful business person, if you want to be respected as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a parent, serve others. And everything that you want in your life, from fulfillment to health and wealth, will come to you.
Ooh, I love that, man. I love that. It's so on point, and I totally agree. You really are helping others. The authenticity of you caring, loving, and giving values from the video that you make, from you speaking. I mean, you are really giving value to people and changing people's lives. You mentioned about, business and making an impact. I'm excited, my friend, to know, your tips, powerful tips to grow a business, especially in this year and the years to come. Tips, my friend, the floor is yours.
If you're in need of a client right now, we can't afford at this point to play this long game, which is what I really recommend. But let's take care of our business first, our business needs. We're first going to make sure that we have a foundation where people, when they see our work, they're going to want to hire us.
Right.
You don't need 10 or 20 pieces. You need 3 to 5. The difference between when you started and when you ended is really important to talk about, to have quantifiable metrics of success. You can talk about time on site has increased, bounce rate has decreased, conversions have increased, and you want to show that and you want to document that. You can see a pattern that's happening here. I call it the 2 Bs. You need to know what the baseline is and what the benchmarks are. And knowing those 2 things can really show that I have some kind of impact that's tangible to the businesses that hire me. If you sell money, if you create money and wealth for other people, they will buy all day long and you have no shortage of clients. So have 3 to 5 pieces that show an example of what it is that you do and the impact that you've been able to create. So if we start there, we're already really good place. Content marketing. This is not a direct one-to-one thing where you make one effort and you get one client. This is about building authority, about building up your brand, increasing your visibility. And these are very important things to your long-term career.
Right.
You want to establish pieces of thought leadership. You want to write articles. You want to create videos. You want to dispel myths. You want to say, you know how you thought this? It's actually not that. It's this. Or you know how this is really difficult and you reframe it. Think of it more like this. You make analogies, metaphors. You provide frameworks. You provide prompts. And then you tell people. In doing so, what you do in the mind of the audience is you establish yourself as an expert, or at least somebody who knows more than what they know, and you rise in esteem. So when they start looking at your post, when they start commenting on your post, you should reach out to them. The best platform to do this on is LinkedIn, because it can actually show you who's looking at your profile and who's actually commenting on things. And more likely than not, the real people. It's a platform for professional business people to network and do business with each other. So it doesn't feel out of place. People on LinkedIn are looking literally for that every single day.
A lot of people wants to do everything, or at least they think that they can do a lot of things because maybe they can. They're a designer, they want to jump to video, audio, design, and everything. What's the basic tip to narrow down that part where you need to be specific, you need to be clear of what you offer and stick to that?
Yeah. You know, and I know that there are riches in the niches, that the narrower you go, the more likely you are to get more clients. And it's counterintuitive. The reason why people are afraid to commit to a certain type of customer to have a target market is because they think, well, if the pie is bigger, my potential of hitting a client is much bigger. What you're doing by being broad is you're inviting a lot of competition in, and nobody wants that. Ideally, the sub part of marketing is positioning is to reduce or possibly eliminate competition. When you have no competition, supply is only one, you, and demand is whatever you can generate. So you're on the right side of the supply demand equation. And so you don't want to increase competition because now there's a ton of supply. So your lack of ability to focus and to state what it is that you do invites competition. And then therefore, when there's a lot of competition, the client has a lot of options. They can elect to pay high, or more often than not, they elect to pay low. Or they say, you know what makes you different than A, B, C, and D? And actually, I got a really good bid that's one half of what you're bidding at. So what can we do? Seth Godin calls it splitting the market. Yeah. And how split the market works is you just pick one dimension and you ask the person to pick. They're like, I can't pick. I'm like, watch. Would you like to serve men or women? And they said, women. So now we've eliminated the market by half. Older women or younger women? And they try that, well, in the middle. I'm like, no, you need to pick. Older women or younger women? It could be that they're in the middle, but they're like older women. I said, you want to serve older women. Are they married? Are they divorced? They're married. Do they have kids? Yes, they do. You know, and then they go, no, actually they're divorced with kids. I said, perfect. So you're looking to work with single mothers. How clear does that become now? Okay. Then here's where the big unlock is going to come. Why is it important for you to work with single women? And they say, well, growing up, my father was not in our lives. And I watched my mom do everything that she could to support us and sacrifice her own joy and happiness to make sure we got ahead. Now that I have some piece of success, I'm looking out for the other single moms who need help because there are a lot of deadbeat dads out there. So don't you think that makes you really compelling? That you've then reduced a lot of the competition that's out there? I'm not looking to work with dudes. I'm not looking to work with happily married women or childless women. I'm looking to work with single moms trying to raise a family. You're going to become much more attractive. And that's the whole point of marketing. And so you can actually do this. So now the other thing you just have to decide is, what is the service that you provide? And you go through the same thing. If we split the market, then we need to split the service. So my general advice for people is they resist this process of making the hard business decision. Writer Blair Enns refers to this as the difficult business decision, what it is that you do and who you do it for. Once you can decide that, everything becomes much, much easier.